students. So in the last class we are discussing about this biodiversity and its conservation. So in last class we discussed that is variation in plants, variation in animals, variation in human beings. So there are so many variations is there. Even though in the same class, in the same species, the same group of peoples, we can see different types of variations. Huge variations, small variations. We can see in animals, in plants, and in human beings also. So today class we will discuss once again that what is extinct. We discussed endangered also. I told you the definition of endangered and the endemic species. Few more points we are going to discuss about. So the endangered species and the endemic species. Okay. What is endangered species? You already know. What is endangered species? So it is a red signal to the organisms. In future, if we not protect them, they will vanish from the earth. So such type of species are called as endangered species. So if we not protect them, if we not conserve them, if we not take care of them, some animals, so there are very few organisms. If we not protect them in the futures, so we are not going to see such type of animals. Such type of species are called as endangered species. They may, why I use they may, because if you protect, so they cannot come under the endangered. So if you not protect them, then they will vanish from the earth. There are like some organizations is there like WWF. What is WWW? World Wide Web. World Wide Web. We can see in internet. So, but this is World Wildlife Federation. World Wildlife Federation. One more also is there, that is IUWC. International Union for Wildlife Conservation. International Union for Wildlife Conservation. So this organization will protect the animals, protect the endangered animals and endangered species of plants also. Not only animals, endangered species plants also is there. It is our responsibility to protect such type of endangered species, whether it is plants or animals. So if animals become endangered, if animals are becoming destroying from the earth, their number is becoming very less, then such type of animals or plants will enter into a specific data is there, or a list is there, that is red data book. Red data book. We can see the plenty of animals and plants in the red data book. So if the animals comes under the endangered, the animal's name will enter into the red data book. If the animal's name enter into the red data book, so then you can see that there is a signal, so it is a danger. So this, if you not protect them, such type of animals in future, so there will be no such type of animals. They will become extinct. They vanished forever from the earth like dinosaurs. It is also called as red list book. Red list book is also called as red list book. So there are so many examples they have given in your textbook, red data book. The animals name enter into the red data book. They will display. So it is comes under the red data book. If you not protect them in future, they may be vanish. So what they will do, government, they will take care about these animals. They will take care about the plants. They will start reproduction. So their number will be increased in the future. This is about so WWF, World Wildlife Federations, IUWC, International Union for the Wildlife Conservation, and the red data book, that is red list book. This is about endangered species. There are some animals name they have given and the plants name they have given in your textbook. Just look at it. It's called as flora and fauna. Flora and fauna. Flora is nothing but it talks about plants, and fauna it talks about animals. Plants, flora. Flora and fauna. Animals are plants. Fauna. Flora and fauna. There are so many, the name of the organisms, the name of the species they have given in your textbook. Name of the species. There are plenty of plants is there. Not only animals, there are some plants also there. They enter, their name is written in the red data book. If government will not take care of such type of animals and the plants, then they will become extinct. They will vanish from the earth. So for example, orchid species. Orchid species. Sandalwood. Sandalwood plants or trees, they become endangered. Cycas plants. Have you seen the cycas plants, very tall cycas plants? There are so many medicinal plants is there. Medicinal plants. They are very, very useful for the human beings. So scientists will take care about these medicinal plants and they will prepare medicines for the diseases. For example, Rauwolfia serpentina. Rauwolfia serpentiana. So it is a medicinal for snake bite. In 10th class there are so many examples. There are quinine, nicotines, so caffeine, Zardiretha indica, Rauwolfia serpentiana, pyrethroids. There are so many medicinal plants is there. They are very, very useful. Some medicinals they prepare for the snake bite. Some will give a painkiller. Some are medicine for the malaria. Some are medicine for the antibacterial drugs. There are so many medicinal plants is there. It is our responsibility to protect such type of medicinal plants, and so in the lab, in the scientists, they will prepare medicines from the diseases. There are so many animals names they have given in your textbook. So the one animals they came under the red data book or red list. There are so many animals. If you not protect them, such type of animals, what happens in the future? There will be no such type of animals. Lion also came. Their number has started decreasing. Red fox. So it came from the red danger. red list book, single-horned rhino, and vulture. Recently we saw that vultures we saw in Adilabad districts after 3 decades or 30 years. So and spotted cheetah deer, lories. So it's very beautiful animals. Black spider monkey, wild cat. And there are plants also there like cycas, Rauwolfia serpentina, Nepenthes, sandalwood. These are the plants and animals. They came into endangered species. They came into endangered species. If we not protect such type of plants and animals, what happens in future? We are not going to see the lions. In future, we are not going to see the cycas plants. We are not going to see the Rauwolfia serpentina plants. We are not going to see that there are so many plants like cycas. So it is our responsibility to protect the plants and the animals. So this is about endangered species. If the animals are destroyed and the number has a decreasing, so the red data book should enter their names into the red data list. If the name enter into the red list, so then the signal will go to all the countries, all the states. It is our responsibility to protect such type of plants and the animals. Next one is endemic species. Endemic species. We know already what is endemic species. So the endemic species belong to a particular region. A particular country is called as endemic species. Whether it is plant or animals, it belongs to a particular region is called as endemic species. For example, I already told you some example also given, like Australia, endemic species. What is the Australia endemic species? Kangaroo. Kangaroo is Australian endemic species. New Zealand. New Zealand. What is the endemic species of New Zealand? Kiwi. Like some tigers belong to India. Like white tigers, some animals belong to like India, white tigers. These are the endemic species. Some plants will also belong to some specific region or countries. Like redwood belong to USA. Sandalwood, cycas belong to the cypress. The cypress plant belongs to a particular place. Nowadays we also using these plants. Nowadays we also growing the plants. It's imported plants. These plants are imported to the other countries. This is about endemic species. Next one. So the last one is origin of biodiversity and its balance in nature. Origin of biodiversity and balance in nature. So we know how its origin was there in 9th class. Actually, Stanley Miller, the one who discovered, the one who did the experiment on the origin of the life. So it's not there. So the biodiversity and its balance in nature. So every day the population has increasing. but the land is not increasing, it remains same. Either it will not increase or it will not decrease. So that every day there are millions of trees is going to cut down for the construction of roads, for the construction of buildings, for the construction of so many factories or industries. So what happens in future if it is happening like this? So the agricultural land will be decreased. If population is increasing day by day, what happens in future? That's why there are so many people are there. They are begging for the food. They do not have a 3 meal per day. Only one day, the one meal they are eating. Two, some are like starvations. They are dying. There are so many reasons there. So this nature will balance about this biodiversity. So if the population is increasing, so the natures will destroy, or we can call balance the biodiversity. What are the biodiversity balance in the natures? For example, is floods came. Floods. Nobody will bring floods. Not PM or CM or whoever may be. Floods will come by the natures only. If the floods comes, what happens? There are thousands of animals will be destroyed. Thousands of human beings will be destroyed. Thousands of houses will be destroyed. Not only floods, you can see the earthquake. If earthquake comes, you can see the thousands of millions of people will die at times. What happens? So the biodiversity needs balance. When population is increasing, by nature itself, it's balancing the population. There are so many like a forest fire and human intervention also. Human intervention also is there. So this human intervention is nothing but, like example, the coronavirus, how it's spreading from the China to the other countries. So while doing some activities, some experimentation in the lab of China, so this virus will came out of the lab. It will spread through the entire country. It will destroy the human beings. Like human intervention also is there. There are so many examples of the origin of the biodiversity and its balance in the nature. There are some animals that belong to a particular regions. Some are animals, they will import it from the other countries. For example, IAS, invasive alien species. Invasive alien species. Invasive alien species. Due to this invasive alien species, we are getting so many problems in the regions. For example, like a pigeon. Pigeon it's not a native place of Hyderabad. It's came from the other countries. So it's a non-native animals. This pigeon started enter into the Hyderabad, and its number started increasing. So due to this, we are affected so many diseases. Due to this pigeon, the crows, the natural scavengers. If animal will die, if any animals will die, it will destroy the animal body. It will call as natural scavenger. Crows comes to the natural scavenger. When this pigeon's number started increasing in the Hyderabad, this crow's number started decreasing. So this is the disadvantages of invasive alien species. Invasive. There's so many people, they are affected with so many diseases also. For example, there are different types of varieties of plants is there. Around 50,000 of rice plants is there in India. 50,000 of rice plants, but we don't know their names. Even we do not know even dozen also. Even we do not know even dozen rice plants also. Sona Masuri, HMT, Basmati, okay, ration rice, we know brown rice, we know very few rice names, but there are 50,000 variety of rice plants is there in India. Our India is cultivating a different type of rice plants, different types of food materials. So this is about the origin of biodiversity and its balance. So today homework, so you have to write, so the page number 90, from the textbook, table 1, list, let us observe the following table of different endangered species. Endangered species. And you have to write what is WWF, IU, WC and red data book. Red data. So this is about today homework. Okay, thank you students.